Welcome back to Live Love Piano. This is Kristina, and I'm here on the big island of Hawaii. And I just wanted to welcome everybody to this wonderful scenery. I've been working on my YouTube videos while I'm here, and that's why I brought this foldable piano with me. And the video on the review of the foldable piano Oyayo has been released. And it kind of made me think. So I want to talk about something that's on my heart about that. Like, why did I share about the foldable piano? Is it because I feel that you should be practicing piano every day? So the question today is, do you really have to practice piano every day? Look at this scenery. Isn't it amazing? I mean, who wants to practice piano? I can just watch the waves all day long. Okay, so let's go back to the question. Do you really have to practice piano every day? Now, when I was a child, I was about 8 when I started learning to play the piano. And at that time, I practiced every day. In fact, I think as soon as I started learning piano, it just became part of my self-expression. I used to say after I practice, that was back in Korea, 시원하다, which means like, oh, it's cool. But actually the more closer meaning is that I feel a release. And that's how I felt. There was a joy in my practicing. But life changes, and I did run away from piano and music and teaching. I didn't like teaching piano. It took me like 20 years to embrace it and fall in love with it. But after I studied music in college, I just thought, oh, I want to do something else with my life. So I did try to run away, but I came back eventually. And during the time that I wasn't doing music, there was a long periods of time when I didn't play the piano or I didn't practice the piano. And even now as a teacher, very honestly, I don't practice every day. I actually just practice when I feel inspired or when I have work to do. I mean, fortunately, my work is in music, so I have to look through music or work on my students' repertoire. And that's kind of about the practice that I do. When I go back to practicing, it actually just comes quite quickly and naturally. I don't struggle to try to play the piano or anything like that. Of course, I'm not talking about anything that requires heavy technique or real intricacy. And that I attributed to the fact that I did put my 10,000 hours. You know, there's that whole theory about if you put like 10,000 hours of good practice and good focused learning in a field, that you gain the mastery. And yeah, I think that's something that I've done, that I did a lot of not only practicing, but I did a lot of work for ensembles and churches. And so it's easy for me to access music, and I don't feel that I have to be constantly practicing to not forget. So as a beginner, you do need to practice regularly, and that will give you the progress, because you're learning how to do simple things, right? Just moving your fingers, understanding how to read music. I mean, I said simple things, but they're not really simple things. It's a combination of a lot of things, and you're learning connectivity between your brain to your eyes, to your ears and your fingers and your whole body. So that takes time. So yes, if you're a beginner, you do need to plan on working on your music and playing frequently, and if you can do more frequently, you will benefit from it. But what you have to remember is that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to practice every day. You can miss a day, you can miss a week. You can take your time. You just have to come back to it. You have to believe in the process, that as long as you don't give up, as long as you come back to it, and this is a very important thing, when you practice, you try to get the best practice you can have with your time, then you're gonna see results. Watch my videos. There's a playlist about how to practice. I'm not teaching like musical elements there necessarily, but I have these videos about techniques of practicing. So watch those videos. I hope you get inspired and use those tips that I give you to apply into your practice. And when you don't practice, be free. And you know, I even say to my young students, when they have a break and they come back and they're so sweet, they're like, I'm sorry I didn't practice. I'm like, no, you need breaks. Kids are so busy, and so there's just so much stress and expectation these days, kids and adults. I really believe that we all need to give ourselves a break like I'm doing right now. Of being an adult learner is that you are choosing to do this. No one is forcing you. You don't have to do it, but you're choosing. And there is a great empowerment that you can do anything with your time, but you're gonna choose to do this thing that takes patience and time and listening. And you can use all your life experience to impact and empower your piano journey. And I do think there's one thing that should be common between my child self and my adult learners of piano, and that is joy. I had joy when I started piano, and that's why I came back to it. Not only did I do well, I came back to it after searching the world and looking for things that I thought would be more beneficial to the world. I wanted to do practical things to help people. And I realized that actually music is the biggest thing, the greatest thing that I have. And music is so powerful that it can just heal the hearts of a whole nation. And so there's a lot of joy in what I do, and I wish and pray that as you continue on your journey, that you find your joy. So that's your homework. What makes you joyful? And I would love to hear your comments. What about piano? What about playing the piano and practicing brings joy? So, do you have to practice piano every day? No. But make sure you return to it. Make sure you find joy. And I will see you in my next video. This is Kristina Lee, sending you peace and joy and love and light from the big island of Hawaii.